want some more. And she's in love with the blesser. She got the blesser. She's got the blesser for.
Every day we bring you the hottest music. The ultimate music.
Yes! What's up, everybody?
Some outrageous conversations.
I know a few alleged drug dealers.
This is not a drug conversation.
And I'm not.
This was.
No, but this is no drug slender will be accepted.
Do not come play snitch here on the show. Disclaimer: I don't know anything about drugs. I don't know any drug dealers.
I know.
I just want to talk about witchcraft.
Let's get to the real thing. The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trustco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station.
This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age.
D7.
Mapata mwatonjo keku kenga vanke kuna kuhepa hanune vantu nani vinge tuvura kuruwa nako mwiparu tuna kara vantu kwenu vana kenge hanu mapidi tirango mkunda nu mapidi tirango visure nu mapidi tirango wafata o vantu muture doveta mubuke vantu vangapi vakure mapuro mangapi vapure keku nienda vantu valikenge vantu vigongi vakure mayenda nani vava kuno ninjara Kekumundi kunenjara Kemati kunenjara Kuni mayenda nani vava kuno nenjara Kekumundi kunenjara Kemati kunenjara Hame hompa wande vetu pire ponjo Sirongo sinapuka vantu na vanapuka Ninke vana kruwa na vina tundu munjira Keku na kumona vantu kuna kurira Mapata to yivire weno na upo Nane Vinyanga vya wamino weno na dimi Nane Vipanga vina vuka Vantu na kuchora mandika Anavuko bakuru kadi na kurera vanuke bakuru kadi Vanapongo mafuni mayenda nani vava kuno nenjara Kekumundi kunenjara Kemati kunenjara Kuni mayenda nani vava kuno nenjara Kekumundi kunenjara Kemati kunenjara.
As I walk through the streets of the ghetto, still filled and flooded with pains and tears, nights filled with voices and screams we hear, hungry stomachs and dreams unfulfilled upon a blind vision. Relying on the government seems like the problem never disappears. Land eviction on the rise, I live like a foreigner in my own land. The only identity I have as a Namibian is my ID. Hoping for the greater God to come, but the prophets have shaped the gospel. Jesus have walked on earth and gave freedom to mankind for free. And these prophets want me to buy anointing water for my redemption. I'm the voice of the streets. I'm the voice of that hungry child. I'm the voice of that raped woman. I'm the voice of the homeless. the voice of the Namibian society. Cry Namibia, cry motherland. G7.
I love this jam, man. Nice and easy. Mr. Cyclone with Njara on the Morning Mix. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Good morning to all of you already joining the live stream on Informanté News Facebook page. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on board.
Onjara.
Konganda kunonjara.
Oh. Si makkelijk niet.
Si makkelijk, mijn broer.
Yes, ja.
Dat is einde van die man en die geld is alweer klaar. Die story, ja.
Mijn broer.
Is die makkelijk?
Today is what? The second?
The second, yes.
Okay. En het je nog zak oor?
No, now I've started to look at the people who owe me. It's like, except me, bro, hoe maak jy? Kashipu.
Kashipu. I think, and for people to understand what we're talking about here is that ons pay die 25ste hier by Trasco. We get paid on the 25th. So there's a window between the 25th until month end where we need to do what we're supposed to do.
Yep.
Ons koop kos, we pay our bills, etc., etc. So by the 2nd of September,
begin ek kyk ons rond.
Yeah, because for us in entertainment, as we say, it's most likely that your second hustle is gone for now.
Your side hustles, yes, that's true.
Your side hustle is gone because
I think that has been probably the biggest problem because I mean, for us at Trasco, our salaries were not affected.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Our salaries get us only up to a certain point in the month, and then you have your side hustles that actually carry you through the month.
Yeah, I think everybody, we've adapted our lifestyle to the side hustles that we've had for many years.
Yes.
So it is a paradigm shift now. Now that Corona came and
Corona had come gevat, my bro.
Purukutu.
And I thought I was going to start my stand-up career this year. It's gone.
Ons moet doen, Kou. Ja. Ek weet nie of live stream because that's the one of the challenges that I have because I'm busy preparing for my end of the year show.
Yeah.
And I'm still not too sure in what format I want to do this because live streaming a comedy show is I don't know how to do that. I've never.
Yeah.
I've done this with the American and Canadian expats that I did a few months ago, and yes, it worked pretty well for them. But I'm not too sure whether it worked pretty well for me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where you sort of need to gauge the reaction of the crowd as well, and it also, sort of steers your performance.
Exactly.
Nou, daar's niemand daar nie.
Daar's niemand daar nie.
As jy 'n grap maak, jy ken nie, moet ek nou eers wag laat hulle klaar lag en dan voorgaan of moet ek net voorgaan?
No. Because my show was on Zoom. And you would hear pockets of people laughing. So you're like, "Oh, okay. Okay, ek is nog reg.
Dit werk.
Dit werk.
All right.
Let's say good morning to everybody out there.
Yeah, let's see who's saying good morning to us this morning. Bekus Crystal saying morning Informanté Radio, Mora. Benito Natibi also saying good morning crew. Knuckles, Nak Baby Ferris. Hy is terug. Ouek you. Jy lyk dan vandag soos Maporisa. Kama Maporisa. Ouek Neville Bason, die Easterkat. Wat sê jy my bro?
Nak Baby Ferris.
Jy moet jou gaan drou mes. Joela Mukeshe, goeiemôre my mense. Eileen Meide also.
Luister, Nak Baby Ferris, wie se kind is jy hoeka? Laat ek net weet.
Knuckles is Komasdal se favorite DJ.
Awe. Kalo lewe.
Hela, kyk.
Yo. Jy moet kyk jong.
Hey, Rich Auntie da Anna outfit aan vandag.
Ja. Die sak is wit. Die broek is... Oeh, jare, sy lyk soos 'n virgin vandag.
Ai, is sy wat waarmee pastoor gepraat het?
Is dit sy waarmee pastoor gepraat het? We need to ask her about this.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Pastor Cape, yeah, we will play this one.
Good morning, crew. Timo Kalongo, good morning, my guy. Morning, crew. Q-Man. Jy lyk vandag soos DJ's Boo. How I know is it's Boo?
DJ's Boo.
Or is it Maporisa?
Zek.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You know, Zboo has been reinventing himself. First, it was just DJ's Boo, then it became Zege. Then he even became Sahara for a little while. And then he went back to DJ's Boo. But yeah, thank you. I guess I'm looking like a South African Chochi Fanda. It's a rich auntie. Dressed in white.
Let's buy a dog.
Maar jy lyk na jong.
Moro crew.
Jy ook, jy lyk fresh, joh.
Singing and sounding like
no,
Big
stop
Ben.
me. We're talking about you here.
From Mutatio Castles.
What?
Right.
Okay,
Nee.
sorry.
Moro. He's singing Big Ben's Moro for us.
Okay, that's cool.
Right. Maria, how's the morning?
Good.
So what made you decide to just wear white today? It's your wedding day.
No, you guys would have known.
Hey, in this Corona times, they suit Khastani, so I was like, you know
I
what?
can't magistrate.
Yeah, let me just go finish and then I'll tell you guys afterwards.
I remember this one time in Cape Town. It was down in Peru. I sort of also had an off-white outfit on. But no, you can't call it an outfit. It was a white T-shirt and
White pants.
yeah, so wit shortjie. Nice summer day. No staan ons daar at this mall. So one colored guy walks past me. Yeah. They can say for some of the wittiest things.
Yep.
He looks at me and say, "Hallo Jay, is jy op pad Wimbledon toe?"
I didn't expect that.
So Maria, ek wil net met jou vra, is jy op pad Wimbledon
Op
toe?
pad Wimbledon.
Is jy 'n bietjie tennis gaan speel of wat?
Nee, like Maria just does see weer op Wimbledon staan. He says no, they the what do you call them? The Masters. Or what do you call those golf tournaments?
I'm still gonna take up
I don't know what the golf tournaments are called. Man.
PGA.
Yes, PGA. Yeah. Ek het nou maar gesê golf World Cup.
It's useless. Useless.
VK Kamati is asking, where is our very own Adebayo? There's no Kamamere.
Kill us. Oh no. You know, I actually went to go do a replay back. And I was mad at myself for not having a response.
Adebayor.
Zero comeback after that. Zero comeback.
Yeah, Ailey Maiden Nioma saying the words in that song is Ayoba. It's Mr. Cyclone. You should get his album. Pretty good. You know, these local artists are quite impressive, these young guys. Richard Henkert, Neville Basson and Q, let the countdown begin. 23 days to go. Ask toch. Ek's toch opgesukkel.
Do you know what it means?
Soga.
Nee, until the next payday.
O, ai.
Yo, is nie makkelijk.
Richard moet jy ons nou weer herinner. Ons het net so bietjie aanbeweeg van.
You know what's irritating? I usually set my deductions. I would think by the last day of the month. This morning I'm waking up, I'm still getting those +35 notifications.
Alafat nog. Yeah.
I'm like, why are you still taking money from me?
Listen, Maria, I think it's something that we quickly need to address here. My son, and I completely forgot to tell you about this, when you were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
My son came to me because he's got an iPhone. So he says, yeah, Daddy, I need to update my software or my memory in my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have to do this through Apple. It's only costing me $20 US or I don't know what. But the amount that they gave there compared to what they deducted is completely different.
No.
So they deducted almost like $3,000 from my bank account, Apple, about 3 months ago. Now, obviously, I didn't notice, and I saw that at the time, and I said to my son,
Want as jy baie het, notice jy nie dit.
Verstaan jy? Now, I noticed it now. And this month, they deducted something like $670 from my account.
Yeah.
And then you told me that Apple were busy doing the same thing.
No, I told you, and now you told me it's doing the same to you.
Yes.
I told you first.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is something called subscription renewal. So you don't know that's, you only do you accept the terms and conditions without reading them.
Yeah.
But part of the terms and conditions is that annual resubscription.
There's a reason why they make terms and conditions like 600 pages.
Exactly. So I koop mos net die goed. I just buy the apps. And like you say, when money is not an issue.
You koop net app.
You
This app, bring it. Like, oh, nice app.
You don't even look at the deduction. Now, when like things are tighter, you're controlling more. The last weekend, the first payment comes off. I'm like, Apple is charging me. It was like almost 700.
Yeah.
But I was like, what's that about?
Yes.
Then I thought it's Apple Music, but I'm like, Apple Music doesn't cost me that much. But okay, fine, it lost. The next day I get two more payment notifications. I think one was like 500, another one was in total it was about 1,800 altogether. Here I like, what's going on? Now I don't know.
Scrambling around
trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And then only to figure out that my apps were doing because I usually pay for the whole year, and it's apps I'm not even using. I think that's the worst thing.
The subscriptions were renewing.
Subscription renewal.
Yeah.
And obviously they're not that expensive, but with the exchange rate, the way it's looking now, it's more expensive.
Neville, Maria was panicking so much, right? I even started to ask myself, did I steal Maria's bank card? What is happening?
Things were just going off. I'm like, God,
no, I need to stop this card. What is happening here?
I didn't budget for this, I didn't budget for this. And then I had to Google like how to unsubscribe, and then I got you have to go to your Apple, your settings, and here I can alles answer. And some payments were gonna come now.
Yes, exactly. There were still payments so even you, Neville, there's no payments of pad.
Make sure that you unsubscribe all the apps.
But can't I just go and
cancel the card?
You can cancel the card, but what happens is the minute you put in your details again, because you will need those details for something else. Automatically.
Then they get it again.
Yes.
You
just have to put in your new details once in your Apple iPhone, and it stays in there. Yeah, so just go unsubscribe.
I don't have such problem. This one that I'm using, it used to belong to that zebra that we shot. It's lying there. Zeb.
Yeah.
So there's a Trasco credit card connected to the phone. So sometimes you accidentally click on something and then you just see, please confirm purchase with your fingerprint. Palpations like.
So, in actual fact, what we are going through is the same thing that these guys who basically bought fishing quotas at the fishing auction this last week went through. It's the same thing. I don't know if you've seen the latest as to what's been happening.
What's the latest?
So it seems like the prices that government reported on, the over 600 million profit that government made, is that the guys who were putting in the bids didn't understand. They thought the prices that they are paying are basically packaged. The fish is packaged and everything. So now that, and maybe if I can just maybe you can just quickly, just read that. But there's a whole report that we basically
Read it
have.
for all of us.
Okay, it says the headline is Government Extends Quota Auction Payments. And then it says some successful bidders in the government's fishing quota auction last week are yet to pay for their accepted bids and now risk being stripped of the quotas. Yeah, but we said this.
But
and
wait
then,
a minute.
Yeah.
The pricing
Right.
is the issue. And maybe if you can read that,
All right.
you will understand the the predicament these guys are in.
Yeah, this was from our article. I'm aware of this one. But anyway.
No, but read, I also want to know.
It says, meanwhile, it is understood from the local fishing industry that the exorbitant prices paid per ton are because some of the bidders were under the impression that they were buying processed products. Some of the bidders did not realize that they would still have to catch and process the lots they bought. The price at which some of the lots were sold during the auction is far above the local processors would be able to sell their products. One of the bidders was officially informed that his bid of 13,750 per metric tons for 3,000 metric tons of horse mackerel was successful. The bidder was further informed that he must take a payment of
First Tanji, yes.
He needs about 11 mil.
Yes.
Before the 2nd September 2020 deadline.
Which is today.
Basically.
Yeah.
A quick calculation from the statement issued by Erika Shafuda, the Minister of Finance, Executive Director, however, reveals that the bidder should in fact pay 41,250. Oh, this is
41 million.
So, no, this is 41 million. Sorry, the zeros are in the next sentence. Over 41 million for the 300 tons of horse mackerel into the Treasury's Bank of Namibia account. At the conclusion of the auction, the Minister of Finance, Ipumbushimi, announced that the Treasury has potentially raised over 627 million in revenue from bidders.
The government het die manne gaan nok.
Maar hulle het nog nie betaal, is nog nie genok nie.
Nee, maar die ons kan ons nie. How did they communicate this?
Yeah.
It's chaos everywhere. Why would we expect them to be any different?
And it was a problem because I remember the finance minister announced the potential amount that government, or the amount that government stands to make through these auctions. But I felt it was like premature because even we were discussing it with my friend and said, why don't they just wait for everybody to pay for the closing and then say,
yes,
this is how much
we've made, yes.
Yes.
Because people can still pull out.
Yes. That is
Too
very true.
excited about it.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
I think they wanted to silence the naysayers by saying, yeah, you guys didn't want this, but look, we're almost like 400 million short of $1 billion. This is the most that we've ever sold this fish for. They wanted to shut the naysayers, to shut up the naysayers.
But now they're ending up with egg in their face.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, you could end up not even making half of that because people decide, because of the miscommunication. I mean, is there an obligation? Is there some sort of obligation that you undertake as the bidder once you make a bid and your bid is approved? Can you still pull out?
If you don't have the fish
Yeah.
and you haven't paid,
Yes. It's null and void,
it's
perhaps.
not-
And like, I mean, there could be those clauses like once your bid has been approved and you have communicate.
It's
2 days afterwards, you did not tell us anything. That means you have approved, so we will hold you liable for that fee.
Kiso, if this Instagram boutique advertises a dress, and I bel en ek sê, "Jy my size," and she say, "No, maar I can't for you bestel," and you don't tell me I have to give a deposit, dan kom jy rock in size medium. I'm a medium, and I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Say, I just stel nie weer belang nie. What are you gonna do?
Yes, and like, look, I understand like what you're saying, but like, what I was asking is like, with this process, isn't there like some other agreement that like some pre-agreement that was signed, or I mean, we don't really know.
I don't think they signed anything.
What
I think
was
it was
happening?
yes, I think
Yeah.
it was more a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they gave the deadline for payments. Because obviously, if you don't pay by the deadline, they must just chuck you off. They'll take your quote, like whatever commitment they said they're going to give you the amount of quota, they can just take it away.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I've been buying cattle for many years at Agra. And obviously how this works at Agra is you sit there, you decide how many cows you want to buy, you look at a price, you basically bid. If your bid is basically accepted, you make the payment before you upload the cattle on the truck wherever you are taking them. So that's basically how Agra has worked for many, many, many years. I think in this case, obviously, I wouldn't know if there's what preconditions there are. But I mean, like Maria says, if I don't pay, I guess perhaps today is the deadline. It's the 2nd of September.
Yeah, but they say they
basically
extending
need to
it.
check them out.
But they're extending it.
Are they extending it?
They're extending the payment period.
Because most people probably haven't paid yet.
Yeah.
Because government seems to have jumped the gun in announcing this massive profits, which seems to be phantom profits at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So, it remains to be seen.
Did you guys call me rich auntie?
Yeah, we call you rich
Because
auntie.
Camilo Helau is saying, why do you guys call me a rich auntie? Please, someone explain. I also want to know because I'm a poor auntie. So...
Because she's a rich auntie, that's why we call. She still got money for people to be deducting from her account on the 2nd. Anyone who goes to my account today gets nuts.
Yeah, but now I gotta stop.
Yeah,
So-
but Maria, we are also tired of, and this is what Pastor Cape was on about yesterday. Okay, Pastor Cape is tired of people like yourself who walk around here and who don't commit to a partner.
Yes.
Okay? And I need to play this so
Single
that people understand Pastor Cape.
Ay, toch.
Hallelujah.
Mangai. Huh? Mangai. Mangai. Wanneer? Huh? Maria. Mangai.
No, because I want to counter that with another preacher saying something different.
Ay, laat hy preacher
Wag.
gaan. Ons stel nie
This is a
belang.
battle of the preachers.
Ons stel nie belang nie. Pastor Cape is reg. Why must we suffer alone?
Tot wanneer toe? Mangai.
Mangai.
I don't know what he's saying in Damar.
Mangai.
But actually, this is very beautiful, but I will...
While you're doing that, let me look for my waar was ek ook? By die comments kom ek skryf op. Nee, kom ek begin nie so. Actually, there are a couple of requests. Neria, I will dirty that white outfit of yours. Nak baby Ferris. There are a couple of comments that are asking us to discuss the whole I forget the name of the medication again. But anyway, the COVID drugs, basically.
I would, for me, it will be a difficult thing to discuss right now because I haven't done enough research on it.
Yeah.
Kan ek my ding speel asseblief?
Yeah, please, speel jou ding.
Yeah.
Play your thing. How long is it?
No, it's not long.
Come on.
Is jy weer besig? Jy weer besig met my.
Hoe lank is jou ding?
Alright. Wag.
Om te skof.
Is julle gereed?
Ja.
Wag. Jammer mense, wag. Die ding is net daar by die end. Okay, so listen to this. Silence.
Is getting in the right situation with a man who already tells her by his action that whatever I want to do with you, whenever I want to do it, you will have no say, not even over your own body. What goes wrong with us? For whatever reason, we begin with compromise.
Only compromise it.
Because only God can give you proper compatibility.
Amen.
Since he knows you better than anybody else, and you can't find he's giving gifts, the first thing you have to do is not compromise. Now, I'm going to go real wild on this.
This one is for you, Neville.
In order for you to get what God would have you to have, you have to be prepared not to have anything at all. Might be a little crazy here now. But your mindset has to be, if you don't give it, I don't want it. That's where your mindset has to be. You have to be prepared to hold out. So now psychologically, you have to understand that many of us in here are not by ourselves because we have to be. Neither are you by yourself because you're below standard. Some folk are by themselves because they're special and ain't nobody measured up.
Yeah.
Going down. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. And let folk come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get
Anyway.
the message.
Yes. So we are single because we are special.
You know, I have a ask.
You need to
Ask-
sing that Akon song.
Yeah, who's the guy? Who's the guy on the organ? He's really good.
Come on. Why do I bother sharing my life on this?
Pastor Cape het gepraat. We don't listen here to African American pastors. Pastor Cape is from Swakopmund.
Okay, wacht, kom ons lees.
Speaking of pastors, did you see Megan Good's husband telling another woman off? Dat video wat ek gestuur het.
No. I'll watch it.
Hey, jy is besig in die groep. Okay, kom ek lees my comments.
Ja.
Watch that.
Nak baby, hulle sal net hoor die klomp geld is weer opgeëet.
Ja.
Yeah. Or maybe they will print more $30 notes.
Continue.
Camilo Helao Jaimene. Why do you guys call Mary a rich auntie? Okay, we already covered that, ne? Because she's rich. Lamek Konjashili Timotheus, this country needs to factory reset and put in rice. The chaos is too much. Put in rice? Is that like sort of a saying?
Yeah. Perhaps.
Ja, die government is vandag een van die tsotsies, just baie stout Jnak. Oh, wat het hy weer gesê? Het sê waarmee is die government besig? Like this whole fishing quota auction thing has been fishy from the start. Actually, the whole fishing industry has just been fishy since last year. Tarek Mustafa. I'm watching you guys live for the first time. I love you three. Neville was really funny yesterday. Cubase, you are a dawn, and that girl is looking like she's on a movie set. Oh, Maria. Neville, hoe gaan dit met die Fish Boys? Eerder Jane Knuckles, die is net vol nonsens. Yeah, Maria, our beautiful queen of Okwanyama.
Hoor vir Thomas Nekonko. Maria, stop. Jou ding is lank.
Wat is lang?
Ons weet nie wat se ding van jou is lank nie.
Ek dra ook nie nou.
Guys.
Moro. Maria, you look the looks. Oh. Brad, jy het 'n umbrella op. Oom Neville, I am selling masks.
Het ek 'n umbrella op.
Okay. may like this thing where I have to keep refreshing to get new comments is actually annoying.
But-
IT.
But on a serious note, yeah, Maria will come. But on a serious note, why must people be pressured to get married? If you feel that you're doing well single,
It's mos julle se societal standards mos.
it was no societal standards. Why must people be forced to get married? Do
You
people-
cannot be happy alone.
The funny thing is, even miserable married people will try to encourage you to get married.
to get married.
I was like, but you're not even happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Why are you encouraging
Exactly.
me to do that? So I don't get it.
It's societal standards van if you're a man, they're like, hoe sal jy kyk na yourself? Wie sal vir jou die en die doen en die en die doen? As if you can't do it for yourself.
Bradley Bokovic sê, Maria, jy sal so single bly. En wag, dan is alle manne klaar gevat.
Daar kom ek.
I rebuke.
Come on. I rebuke.
Focus.
Yes, I don't wait too long.
No, I really do think that, you know what, everything in life happens at its own time.
I agree.
And when I got married, it was my time to get married. And so be it. You need to be comfortable with what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, so Maria, terera,
Take your time.
terera kajona,
Don't hurry to get there.
Sowieso.
your time.
Bradley en julle almal. If you're not married, you're single. Please, let's not try. There is, when you're filling in an official document, there isn't boyfriend-girlfriend option.
Yeah.
There is
Married,
marriage, there is widowed,
Yeah,
and there is single.
yeah.
So ek en die mense wat aangaan. We're in the same boat, baby.
Then maybe we
Ons
should
is
book y'all up.
Ons is saam.
Ons maak 'n groot singles party.
Ja, ja. Kay en jou cherry is altyd single.
Yeah, you're single.
Julle is single.
But like, you know, truth be told, marriage should be your own thing. You and your partner should decide what, when you guys are ready to get married, what that marriage is going to be for the two of you, how it's going to work. Don't try to live up to other people's standards. Like Maria is saying, even unhappy people will, unhappily married people will force you to get married or will pressure you into getting married.
Yeah.
It's alarming how many people you hear every day are stepping into the divorce courts because of different reasons why they don't want to be together anymore.
I'll be honest. If I had buckled under pressure and gotten married, because there were those opportunities too, and gotten married years ago, I probably would have been divorced today.
Nee?
Yeah, I don't think I was ready for that level of commitment.
Then.
Yeah, talking about then. So I have no regrets about where I
About
like
not
the
getting
decisions I've made in my life. The decisions that brought me here. So yeah, I think everybody has to work with their own timing, and you just have to be honest. Sometimes I think like there is pressure to get married, and you know you're not ready for this. I mean, I was engaged to literally my second boyfriend, you know, and
She was hastig, joh.
was biased. and also because I was also doing back-to-back relationship, like my first boyfriend, like 5 years, and then right after that, like another 5 years. And like
He's
I said,
committed, yo. That's commitment.
yeah, but it's not good because this is also my prime years.
Oh, yeah.
These are also my prime years. So if you get married, you can get married for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, I mean, I have zero regrets about the decisions I've made in my life. Whether I've walked away from a relationship, whether I've walked away from a potential marriage, and yeah, to arrive to this place. So yeah, do things with your time. Don't let society pressure you. Don't ever let society.
Yeah.
So, Pastor Cape, even toch, wacht net bietjie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and then some people don't want to get married. Funny enough, I think some people.
Yeah,
think
there are also
about-
people who.
Yeah, they want like a life partner, but they're not necessarily. I'm not one of them. I will eventually get married, but I'm just saying. Some people, it's not even an option.
Okay, so if there are people out there, we send me your CVs. I'm the official filter on behalf of Maria. So we will see if you are any good material. So stop inboxing Maria.
Don't
DMing
listen.
Maria.
I'm the best judge of character.
Ons vult of Maria.
Yeah.
And I am like the little devil on her shoulder. So
You have to first go through Oom Kribo. Your Oom Kribo is a tough enough.
Nee.
Hey, top,
I
ja.
have all these men protecting me.
Ja, okay. Dan kom ik refresh met mijn comments. Zo. Jullie is toch boring vandaag.
Ja, is boring.
Wat is die medicine zijn naam nou weer?
On sal je ook
Give
medicine
us-
praten.
Nee, I can't talk
I'm
about
not well
medicine.
versed.
Remdesivir. Remdesivir?
I'm not well
Whatever.
versed. I don't want to discuss something. But we can discuss it tomorrow if you guys prefer that.
Nee,
I
ek het
just
nie
need-
listen. Soos julle sê, it was a new comment or phrase that women came up with in the last couple of months that I hear. Ek wil nie. Ek gaan nie.
Jy hoor dit nou eers.
Nee, ek hoor het nou, I think in the last 2-3 months. Ja, dit slaat so hierso. Ek wil nie meer hê nie. Ek wil nie hê nie.
Het lijkt... Hey, kom ons gaan maar net.
Ja, kom ons gaan net aan.
Wat is een jokkie? Oom Baruch. Boeroegap. Is het Boeroegap?
Ja, Boeroegap.
Hij zei Meria. Zo Meria, jij heet die een jokkie niet. Wat is een jokkie?
Ik ken niet. Single divorced widow entangled, says Eileen Meda. Jurgen Geisep, ik was bang voor die mensen wat voorgezet het. I thought he was going to start handing out Deutsche handclaps. Pastor Kate no.
Ja, Pastor Kate.
It will end in tears. I'm single, double, triple, and ready to mingle.
I'm not.
Ladies, the inbox is ready for CVs. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted. Don't call us, we'll call you.
My people will talk to your people.
Kaloi on my CV is single. Nak baby. Maria wil zeker eerst trouw als hij 50 is. Laat ze met een Ben 10 kan trouw.
Yeah. I'm not into Ben 10, sorry. Never been.
No, when you are 50, it's going to be a different issue.
Who knows?
Because all the non-Ben 10s will be out of order. Brady. Maria, you read that comment. As you know, Kambikiti, after Maria's audio, I 100% agree that she is a rich auntie. Plus those aunties in that audio. You are also those aunties in that audio.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Ay, toch. Hij lost toch die pastor goed is boring. Leander Shikodi.
We're bringing the church to you.
Miles Monroe. Reg Maria. Nee man Maria. Die Shandy is lang al.
Didn't that message speak to your heart? Didn't it open you? Didn't it make you think I am special?
Ja.
No?
Verstaan julle?
I need to stop pouring myself into you guys, man. You're taking me for granted.
Pastor, moet ophou die mense sê hulle spesiaal. Because then we get nothing. Hou toch op die mense se self-esteem opbou.
Ja. We want it low.
It's my disadvantage, damn it.
We want the girl's life is self-esteem to be low. It's a better target. Ja.
Maria moet op die auction gezet worden. She moet haar auction. She was also supposed to be auctioned like a fishing quota at some point. This share that video, please. I don't know where we will share it, but it's on social media. You can find it.
It's on social media.
Yeah. Yes. Complaints about government and the money, and then men's as Ngwangwana confusions. What is Ngwangwana?
Confused.
Oh,
Dion Chimzizo.
Do you have the figures?
Which figures?
Updated figures of COVID.
Ja.
Dat is toch maar, ja.
Jy het nie die nommers gelees vandag.
Nee, jy het nog nie gelees nie.
Is it?
Can we get the numbers?
Can I read Dion Chim's...
Yeah, please. Chimsizzle.
Dion is the last comment I see.
Uh-huh.
Says, lol. Mira seems like trouble. not saying she's not a nice person, but when trouble, I feel like she brings fire in the house. Also, she seems like a softie. Now, which is it? Do I bring fire or am I?
No. You're right about that. That whole statement makes sense. That's Maria wrapped up in one.
If we're going to light a match, we will light the match.
Maria says, nigga, I'm going to kill you. Please don't leave. I love you.
No, that's not me.
I love you to death.
No, that's not. No, guys, don't make me out to be a psycho. That's not me. Anyway, yeah.
All right, let's cross over to Dr. Shangula for the COVID-19 numbers for this morning.
Yes.
Namibia reported 142 cases yesterday. The current caseload of confirmed cases in Namibia, coronavirus cases, is 7,692. We are currently standing at 81 deaths, guys. Even that death toll is climbing. We're probably going to hit the hundreds before we know it. At the moment, we have 3,379 recoveries, under half the amount of total confirmed cases at the moment, which means our active cases stand at 4,232, so 4,232. Most of these cases are coming out of Windhoek. When you hear those statistics, you hear 2 cases in Oshana, 1 in Karas, 5 in Erongo, and 117 in Windhoek. Guys.
We are epicenter. What do you expect?
Epicenter.
Mariella, you are also not taking care, or are you?
No, we're not.
We are more than any other people.
But we're also not taking care.
Yeah, but you're not taking care also.
Care.
So
But guys, listen, it's one thing to say we are not taking care. I think in the last week, I've met at least 5 people who I personally know who have tested positive for COVID-19. And if you ask them, I mean, a very close family member of mine yesterday who tested positive. My sister, waar het jy die ding gekry?
Ek weet nie.
Neville, ek weet nie. I go to work, I go to the shop, I take a taxi home. I don't go to parties. I don't let people come to my house. I wear my mask. I sanitize. I do whatever I need to do to keep safe. Hier gaan toets ek positief. So,
as klein slip-ups.
No, but you say it's you know, I think that's also not if we're being honest, you can say I've been trying to stay safe as far as I can. But I'm still doing things that...
Yes, I'm still doing this and that here.
Yeah, I'm still doing this, that. I don't keep my mouth on 24/7, or at least that you still, maybe you're not doing parties, but like, for example, yesterday was my twins' birthday, so I allowed like cousins to just come in and wish them well. And it wasn't like, keep your mask on the whole time. So I haven't gone to parties, but I've allowed people into my house who then didn't wear masks, and who I also like entertained without masks on. So this is when I say we're not doing enough. We do some, but we're not doing enough. That's the...
Because everybody, right, the one thing that I picked up is that everybody, basically, not just inside your home, but even outside your home, we are sort of selective. It's like, no, around Maria, I'm never taking my mask off. Maar we never, like, you know, met Neville kan ek nog staan gesels, take off my mask. Or, you know, you are selective with... Okay, with this one you are hyper.
No, you're right.
So
I'm like that during the day.
No,
yes, I know. I think we all are.
Cubase, me and another guy were standing, the 3 of us without masks, and I just said, "This feels like we're having an orgy without a condom at the peak of HIV, because." We know there's this virus. We didn't get, none of us got tested.
Disclaimer, she lost me at OG. But continue.
Because if it was me, who used that metaphor. Story,
it's much more than one. Okay, anyway. None of us had gotten tested, and then we were just unsafe in each other's companies on the assumption that niemand is sick. You know, and it was like that. HIV was like, maar jy ons kan mos slaan.
Kansla. Yeah.
It's the exact same mentality.
I think we should start treating this mask thing also like basically the condom.
Yeah, it is the condom.
And any human interaction at this point is like intercourse. You need to be gloved up, or you need to be masked up in this case.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah. It's a good metaphor.
You still lost me. What was it about again? I heard orgy and I
orgy.
went other places.
The coronavirus really taking a toll on people's minds. They just go.
It's sad. I mean, I read an article yesterday of a family in Rehoboth, where the family lost the mother and the daughter, and the other daughter is sick now. So, but it basically broke up the family emotionally at such a level, and obviously the whole process of the burials and the social distancing and the numbers that needs to be kept under 10. And this woman, she relayed the emotions that she's been going through in the last couple of days. She is sick now. She's got a sister who passed on and a mother who passed on. It is heart-wrenching to lose so many family members in such a short period of time. And it can happen to any one of us. I mean, I was at my mom last night. I tried to keep my social distance from my mother. My daughter is with me. Sy wil vir ouma 'n drukkie gee. You know what? It's difficult. It is so difficult. And but yeah, especially the older ones, the older guys, we need to try to keep them safe.
Yeah, and I was just listening to a woman that had lost her child to COVID. So she was sharing her testimony, and I think what got to me, I mean, because it is an emotional video, but I think where I started shedding tears is when she started talking about the worst thing for her is the constantly thinking if she could have prevented it. Because she doesn't know how the child got it, but there's always that feeling of inadequacy, like I didn't really do enough to protect my child. I should have kept them at home, shouldn't have taken them to the shop with me, shouldn't have let that cousin come play over. So it's very easy to feel guilt when you feel like you haven't done everything to protect yourself. And that's why it's important that we constantly feel like we are doing enough so that there's less guilt in the event that you're tested or your family relatives are tested or somebody in your family dies. So yeah, I think we could do better.
Do you know, guys, what is another dilemma that we face at this moment? For instance, myself, I'm on the tennis group with my daughter, on the tennis WhatsApp group. I'm on a soccer WhatsApp group for my son. And obviously you have all these groups that relates to people congregating. Now, and then there's the school group, for instance. Now, you become problematic on the group if you start asking direct questions. So, school needs to start. Now you make a simple comment on the group. Yeah, so what measures are being taken at this moment in time for our children to be safe? Other people will agree with you. Some people think that you're just trying to be a spoil sport. You're regressive. You like to ask questions here on the group that you're just too negative. The soccer group, for instance. Then there are parents, even myself, asking what measures
are being taken
to keep the players safe. Because at this moment in time, full contact sport is risky. My daughter, on the other hand, at the tennis training, they're picking up balls, etc., etc., etc. Now, if you ask questions, you're being looked at as you're trying to
stir the pot.
Anti-progressive.
You're anti-progressive.
Yes.
So if any one of your family members gets sick, okay, what will those people say? And it's these regrets that we're talking about. So at the end of the day, if one of your family members gets sick because you did not ask the questions, what are you going to feel at the end of the day?
Yeah.
The sad part is a lot of people still view some of these measures that need to be taken as an inconvenience. And that's why you are met with that resistance, with that kind of reaction of, "Ay man, muni nonsense kom vry hierson."
Yeah.
Because we don't want to have to do that. So almost lost that man and just it's mind-boggling. It's really mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muchacho Carson, who obviously we now know had tested positive.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you've recovered. But in any way, he says, guys, I don't know why we have to answer the question, where did you get?
Yeah.
Like, went out there to look, like you went out there to look for it.
Yeah.
I have no idea where and how I got it. I followed the ABC steps of corona prevention, but I got it. Corona is devastating, guys, mentally and in many other ways.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yep. Okay, kom ek lees 'n paar comments. So I saw something here that I wanted to read to you, Neville. I say. Neville het jy medicine tender gekry nou, wil jy nie daaroor praat nie.
It's a medicine.
Marriage laptops met jou.
Dankie.
Antwoord het jy tender gekry. Hoekom wil jy
Oh,
nie
it's
oor
probably
medicine
that tender, that vaccine that they are talking about.
Yeah, remdesivir.
Yeah, I wish I can get that tender.
Where do these people keep coming up with these names? The hell is a remdesivir?
Sounds like Russian.
Kuvuki Yoki, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's directed at Maria.
I have no idea what that is either.
Windhoek should go back to stage 2. Give the northern parts 1 or 2 weeks, then you will know the real epicenter. Yeah, it's also another disaster waiting to happen up there if we are not careful. Since we are on that COVID-19 story now, how far is that story of the baby that died from a wrong injection?
I mean,
I think we did reporting on that on the Informanté news page, right?
Yeah.
I think if the mother came out and say that that her child received a wrong injection,
How do you know you received the wrong injection?
that is what the mother said. I'm just
I'm saying, how would she know?
Yeah. So, and she says my child didn't die of COVID-19.
Yeah, it's a very possible. I think the reason I try not to opine too much on that issue is because I know a lot of times healthcare workers let people down by not giving them enough information.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, there's something called SIDS, is sudden infant death syndrome, where the first year of a baby, a newborn, they can just die. They just wake up, they're dead. Yes, it is actually very common. It's called SIDS. I think it's one of parents' greatest fear.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was so crippling. We even had to get the monitors, the breathing monitors on the bed so that if they don't breathe, the monitor goes off. But it's a problem because sometimes it's a faulty thing and you're constantly running to the nursery because it's beep, 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 you know. And then you find out, no, the baby's breathing. It's just, the thing is, so eventually we had to switch it off, you know, so that we can sleep and not worry. But at least the first year is that SIDS where a baby can just die. Okay? No explanation, and they can do a post-mortem and they cannot, it's unexplained. That's why it's called sudden infant death syndrome. So I remember, for example, this, I did the story some years ago when I was still working as a journalist. This woman blamed the child's death on an injection because the child died, I think, 3 or 4 days after getting the inoculation. It was SIDS. It was SIDS. The child died of SIDS. But because the healthcare workers didn't explain to her what SIDS is and how it happens and how it occurs and equip her with the correct information, of course she was left to conclude, yeah, ma make that injection 3 or 4 days ago, okay? My child has been restless since then, so it must be the wrong injection. It wasn't the wrong injection, and the postmortem showed there was nothing wrong with the injection. It was quite literally SIDS. So I'm not saying it's the case. Let me be very clear. I'm not saying that's what happened in this case.
Yeah.
But I know that sometimes because of a lack of proper information, communication between healthcare providers and the patients, that it's easy to conclude something else that is not the fact. But of course, if the mother is saying, it is very strange. What is strange about this story is that the ministry is saying, the health ministry is saying it's COVID, and the mother is saying, but my child wasn't tested. And if it is in fact COVID, why haven't we been tested? Because now we have the primary contacts. Like, nobody's approached us. So is it a cover-up? Are you putting this down to COVID just so that you don't have to answer other pertinent questions about possible medical negligence, because that's what she's alluding to. And I hope she gets answers. It's a very difficult thing for any parent to be going through. Like, you've lost your child, you're feeling there was an injustice, and you're feeling that there's a cover-up. So I sincerely hope that she gets clarity, and that if there was an injustice that you can never bring back life once it's lost, but that they get a sense of solace from this incident.
Yes.
Yeah. You can go read, of course, Informante's reporting on that story on the Facebook page as well. Or you can check out our website, www.informante.web.na. Anyway, Dion Chimsizzle, imagine being in December with 8 o'clock curfew. Just imagine.
It's coming, guys. It's coming.
8 o'clock curfew.
8 o'clock curfew. In December.
Oh, yeah, the way you guys get Decembering.
It's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, boss. Stay strong. I think people underestimate the exchange of money. I always thought money was going to help spread the coronavirus. I actually also thought it was going to be one of the biggest vehicles to transport the virus around, because we are all constantly sharing money.
Yeah.
Moving money out of one hand into another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Something interesting I saw the other day at Checkers. A guy in front of me, while we were busy filling in your names at the, in that book, this guy basically takes out a personalized stamp.
Yeah, I saw that also before. And he just stamps it, yeah.
He stamps his name, his
number.
telephone number is on that stamp. So you don't touch the pen, you touch nothing.
Let me make you coronavirus stamps.
Yeah, somebody
with your name.
There's this guy who posted yesterday on the group that he's making stamps. So I think that is quite interesting. That's probably the way going forward.
Yeah. I must also get into the stamp business. Then I must go to the ministry to get a tender.
Tired of standing in shops, wondering who has touched that pen and who have been in contact with. Stop wasting time writing and worrying about cleanliness and get a stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Maar dan gaan raak jy dan nog goed aan by die tel. Jy raak goed aan op die rakke.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people grab this one now, put it back down.
Yes.
Grab that one, put it back down. Full die ene gaan vat die ene agter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you don't want people to do nothing. You want people to be careful.
Exactly.
But you also have to be sensible in what you're doing. Okay, guys, we have just a little...
Read your comments.
Just a little over. I don't have comments.
Yeah.
We have just a little over 10 minutes. So, Maria, let's quickly talk about fat and skinny people.
Let's talk about fat and skinny people.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe first give us a little bit of context on the body positivity movement.
All right. So the body positivity movement is rooted in another movement that started in the 60s, which was started by specifically fat women and disabled women. So body positivity is just basically saying, like, let's celebrate. Like, because there's so much fat shaming and, and skinny is the standard of beauty. So to kind of celebrate not all fat bodies specifically, there's this, what was started as a body positivity movement, which is to celebrate mostly the big people, fat people. And obviously with capitalism and monetizing things and so forth, skinny people started taking up space in that movement. Body positive. Like, even if you're skinny, you'll be like, I'm a body positive advocate. Love your body, love the body you're in. And I mean, we had even like places like Victoria's Secrets or Zara running campaigns like love your curves, but they're only showing skinny girls. So it's been monetized, and so a discussion started yesterday from fat people. Said, please stop taking up space in the body positivity movement, because your small frame.
Please stop taking up space.
Yeah, because if everybody takes up space in a movement, it's like the people the conversations that should be happening don't happen.
Yeah.
Because if I come in as a skinny person, let's say, and I say, oh yeah, skinny people also get body shamed, which we do, but if that's a conversation I'm
But
starting,
you're not skinny.
I'm not here. I don't like to. I don't even like because I don't consider myself skinny, but I'm not fat. So what am I?
Skinny.
Yeah, man. But
does
is
nga?
is to assume that skinny is ni ngani and fat is ni ngani. So Jay's net nga.
Verstaan.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it depends.
I'm not, but I am what I would call slim. Okay, so
Yeah, you're
because
slim,
I'm
you're
not
not skinny.
Yeah.
Slim
No,
fit.
slim and skinny are really the same.
Yeah, slim fit. One size fits all.
Yeah, but so anyway, as a slim person, if you go there and you say, "Oh yeah, I used to hate my body, and now I'm embracing it, body positivity." Like, okay, cool, it's fine, but the conversation, it takes away from the conversation of fat people who don't even get jobs because of their weight.
Yeah.
Like it's a different type of oppression, you know.
You're considered lazy.
Yes, because you're considered
I've
lazy
heard that one.
and so forth. So it brought up an interesting conversation. Is like taking up space and should body positivity be inclusive of all bodies? Can fat people please have their own? Because that's what the fat people are saying. Can we have this? This movement, which is ours, and we want to discuss our issues.
Because our fight is not over yet.
Yes, our fight is not over. It's like it's literally all living black matters.
All life mattering. All lives mattering.
All lives mattering. The Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
The Black Lives, even the Black Lives Matter is saying, we're not saying all lives shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
We're saying right now the black lives are experiencing stuff that is very unique
to them. Yes.
To them,
which we need to sort out.
Which we need to sort out and resolve.
Yes.
So you can't come in as a white person who's privileged and say, yeah, but I also get discriminated. Of course you get discriminated
but these
about.
two black guys cut me off at the robots.
Yes.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. So of course you get discriminated as well as a white person, but your discrimination and the discrimination that black people face pales in comparison.
Yes.
It's the same with, I think, body positivity. Yes, skinny people get body shame, but it pales in comparison to the discrimination that the fat people face. So, and I thought about this and I was like, if I remember I went to Joe's, there's one near Opochuga, there's a pizza place there.
Yeah.
And I had a picture with this huge pizza. They make big pizzas. We just took a picture, you know. And I didn't get any negative comments. And I was with another friend. Because I think it was 3 or 4 of us eating that pizza. And then another friend, but we all took like solo pictures. And another friend of mine who is fat posted the same picture with the big pizza. And people were like, me bro, drop the pizza, go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like we just had different responses.
Of course.
Yeah.
And if so, you don't care for fat people, if that's your way. You just want to shame them. Because when I'm eating it, if pizza is unhealthy, then it shouldn't matter who's eating it.
Yeah.
You know? So, but it brought out an interesting conversation because I was saying to you, Neville, I know you like big girls.
Big in...
Now you need to try and sugarcoat it.
Yes, it's like...
Yeah, I don't like skinny women.
I'm politically correct.
Yeah, you don't have to be political. It's okay to say fat. It's okay to say fat, guys. You know, it's okay.
The word fat is not an ugly word.
It is not an ugly word.
It's, yes.
Yes. It's like that conversation we're having.
It's the correct English.
Yes.
It's fat, it's obese, and then morbidly obese.
Yes.
That's how we...
Yes.
And there's voluptuous. I like voluptuous. Complicity plow.
You see, those are the soft words.
The soft words.
That English.
Chubby.
Yeah,
soft,
chubby.
Curvaceous. Bootylicious.
Bootylicious.
No,
that is not fat.
Because all you are saying is there's something wrong with fat.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say fat.
He's even uncomfortable admitting that he likes fat girls, but never likes fat girls.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that.
Near. Fat. I still see fat as fat.
No.
Yeah, but you need
that's
to change the program.
Look, there's morbidly obese, there's obese, and then there's fat.
Yes.
I like a little meat. Okay?
See,
a little meat is not fat.
A little bit. I like a little meat.
But again, I have to say again, all respect for fat women. Okay? if there's one thing that I hate, and again, if there's one thing that I hate is body shaming people. And if you do say that people, or there's this movement where they do claim themselves being fat, kudos on them.
Yeah.
Kudos on them. Maar
They did claim it because we are saying, for example, this person says, "Oh my God, I'm fat. I need to." You just said I'm fat, and then somebody says, "No, you're not fat. You're beautiful." And this girl is like, "I didn't say I'm not beautiful.
I said I'm fat.
I said I'm fat.
Yeah.
Fat is not
I can be
synonymous
fat
with
and
ugly.
beautiful.
I can be fat and beautiful." You know. Yeah,
this
you
is how
still
my
need-
face look behind the mask.
You still need to do some
I know.
adjusting of the mind.
I
Some
know.
introspection.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet,
Yeah,
guys.
no, fat is not an ugly word.
Come on, like all body types can be appealing, can be attractive, can be sexy in their own different way. I mean, for me personally, whether the person is big or small, if you own it, if you're comfortable in that body, there's nothing sexier than that to me, whether it's a skinny or a big body.
Yeah.
But I will just say, also as a disclaimer, I love body shaming my male friends with their kapundas. I never, especially the guys who were in high school with. Now, it's a disclaimer. Like,
Somebody's also on the comment shaming your pants.
I got nog a flat stomach, so I still have to show off while I still can.
Because that is the standard of beauty, right? So exactly what you're
I know,
saying.
because I have mine. Where's your six pack? Mine is still showing.
So I'm saying that is the
right?
standard of beauty when you don't have a pants.
Of course, it's wrong. But I wouldn't do it with just anybody. Of course, the relationship I have with some of my boys. I mean, we can joke like that with each other. But body shaming somebody, it goes back to the conversation we were having yesterday. What I'm knocking you for your avatar.
Yeah.
This is just an avatar.
It's just an avatar, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like...
I'm even uncomfortable doing that to friends of mine who really have kapundas. Say, man, los diosa mag, man. I don't like it.
What pak je daar beneden?
Yeah, they.
Are you hiding Saki Shangala's money? What the hell is in there?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I really.
So we are still uncomfortable around saying... Are you saying like we still try and sugarcoat things for like fat people because we don't want to...
Offend them.
Or... Which is weird because I think it really says more about us than it does about the fat person.
That's what I always say. Like, your opinion of me says more about you than it does about me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And likewise, my opinion of others. So, I have learned to sort of filter the things I say because I've realized not everybody is as, I guess, open-minded as I am.
Yeah.
But generally, I would say it. And if you take offense, I would tell you, it's like, no, I'm not saying you're ugly, or I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm just acknowledging what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it. I mean, you might have an issue with it, and that's understandable. So maybe I will not be as strong or as forthcoming with my opinions.
No.
But I have no issues with anybody else's body.
The thing is just for me is that, and that's why I always say it's one part of comedy that I always exclude in my routines. I don't like to
Body
because
shame.
I have no idea what this person would feel like.
Yeah.
If this guy sits, in the front seat and I say, "Yo, my bro, no tai kapunda," or you don't know what this person would feel like, and that is why I say, and it's just we're obviously different people,
Of course, yes.
and that's just the way that I approach people. I hate making fun of people's physical attributes, so I steer clear from that at all costs.
You do need, like, it's the one thing I love about the show. The show is so socially conscious, right?
Yeah.
You do need to be cognizant of other people's, I guess, emotions.
Yeah.
At some point, in little ways, we all have to babysit each other's emotions.
Yeah.
Why are you saying we have to coddle each other?
No, not coddle. But Maria, I mean, if, for instance, like Maria, like Neville is saying, right? If I know Neville really has an issue with his kapunda, for instance, I'm not going to be harping on it the whole day because I know
And then
that
you
that
have people
achieves
who harp
nothing
on it the whole
other
time.
than making him feel
I
worse
get
about
it. For me,
yeah.
it's if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Let rather keep that. So
Yeah,
it's-
so-
I know what you're saying. I think for me, it's just I like to pour myself into people. For example, right? I'm very attracted to confidence. Like, forget the body size. When I see a confident woman, whatever her size is, and she's just, this is the thing I was telling you about, the women in Angola that I love, doesn't matter their size. They're just confident. She's
own it,
walking,
yes.
you can just see she's owning it. And nobody can tell her, but that is so, I find that so sexy. So I'll approach somebody like that and just, because I need to say it. Like, I need to tell you. And I'll be like, yeah, like, so beautiful, like that confidence. And I like to do that. I like to really pour it.
Yeah.
And you actually don't realize that sometimes it's just hearing that and that, oh, this is a nice thing. But I'm not gonna go there and say, "Ma yo varam, you're not that hot." Can you, like, you're trying to dim somebody's light?
Yeah.
That's just a nasty way of doing it. And I a lot of times I feel like, for example, if you're gonna poke at somebody's like a punda or insecurities or you just want to make them small.
Yeah.
But there's also, like, sometimes you also want to sort of desensitize the person. I'll give you an example, right? My elder son. So he moved from Luderitz. He was living with his grandmother in Luderitz, I think 2 years back. Now, his biological father, who also stays in Luderitz, used to call him the kop, and he hated it. When he came, I told him, you know what, I'm going to get you used to that cup of yours because here in the house, I'm not going to call it to you around, because I know that's going to be an issue. But at home, that's what I'm going to call you. And now it's sort of his thing. Like, he has claimed it for himself.
Yes, you reclaim, but that's what I always say the word fat.
Yes.
A lot of people are trying to like demystify that word fat. It's okay to say it. It's not an ugly word. I am fat. It doesn't mean I'm not beautiful. It doesn't mean I'm not smart. It doesn't mean I even have like excessive health issues.
Yes.
I'm fat. It's okay. I'm not chubby. I'm not curvaceous. I'm not, they call fat like PH80. You're fat, you know.
Yes.
I'm not PH80.
Pretty hard and tempting.
Yes. I am F. I'm fat. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, and that's what I'm trying to say. And even, this is what I'm saying, even you admitting that you like fat women, you wouldn't do that. It's okay.
It is stuck here in my brain at the moment.
When you say fat, Neville sees something else.
Sees obesity.
He sees,
like
I
somebody
see
that can't get out of a chair.
morbidly obese.
Yeah, I see morbidly obese when you say fat.
Yeah.
I never liked fat women.
Yeah.
So I see in my mind, I see 150 kilograms.
Yeah.
And up. This is what I see.
Yeah,
because in between you've given them the soft words.
Yes.
You don't want to associate that with
the 75 kilogram.
Yes, with the word.
Yeah,
fat.
he's given them the curvaceous.
Yeah, the
cycle.
curvaceous.
Yes, that's what I mean.
You're curvaceous.
But even us who do that kind of sort of perpetuate that cycle because if nothing gets fixed or by tiptoeing around it, it remains the white elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Or the white fat in the room in this case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lees jou laaste comments.
Lees die comments, laat ons gaan.
Ai, maak tog nou oop. Okay. En as Knuckles wat ek eerste kyk.
Read hierdie Knuckles.
Hulle sê Jesus het my mooi gemaak. So wie is jy om vir my te kom sê ek is fat of ugly?
No, fat is not an ugly word.
Yeah.
So you can be fat and beautiful.
Yes. You can be skinny and beautiful, you can be fat and beautiful.
You can be skinny and ugly.
Tall and beautiful, short and beautiful. Tarek Mustafa, I'm like Maria. I don't physically really have a flaw.
Wow.
You're not like me.
Tarek,
I have many flaws. I was just joking.
Guys, Maria has ugly toes. She even wore open.
I take offense. I have beautiful feet. Please bring your camera closer.
Dion Chimsizal, a stamp is for those fortunate to afford it. But however, what I do is carry my own pen. That's now for those that can't afford the stamp. And also, I've seen in Grove Mall, there's this app that is being used for every shop. You just scan the QR code and all your details are taken down.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that is actually pretty cool.
Okay.
Technology. But then, the conspiracy theorists will be like, no, they want to track you through your phone. Don't give them.
Yeah.
Maria, I experienced that. I just came back from the US some years back and saw this advertisement where Air Namibia looking for cabin attendants. I applied. I nailed the interview, but failed when I went on the scale. I was not even fat. I was short and heavy. I stopped flying Air Namibia since.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that can't get jobs because of their weight.
Yeah. I also tried
it's
that.
wrong.
I failed
It's
because
wrong.
I
It's
couldn't
very
swim.
wrong.
It's wrong.
Very wrong.
It's a whole other issue, yeah. Neville Basson, jy dan ook 'n vet pens.
That's all right.
It's my fat pens, my bro.
That's all right.
That is $200,000 worth of food over the past 50 years. That has gotten him like that. Marty.
Myrtle.
Myrtle. Ja, ik kan niet zo ver zien. René. Alright. Is hij vet niet? Is vet met een PH. We are all sexy. Skinny, fat, disabled, whatever. Just own it.
Okay.
Exactly. That is the key point. If that is who you are, right, there's no point in trying to be somebody else. I remember a quote from Oprah. I was like, always be yourself. Everybody else is already taken.
Yeah.
It's stuck
Yeah.
on me.
Yes, there's something.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, you can only be you.
Yes, everybody else is already being.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can't try to be that too. So
Yeah.
just be you. Never like stick mavutus.
Voila.
Thick goede.
Yeah.
Hola.
Thick, PHAT.
How do you say? Tell me. How do you say curvaceous in Oshierero?
Pai wanuna na wampai.
Wanuna is fat.
Yeah. I know.
You see?
I know.
Yeah.
Because in Oshierero there's no middle ground.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
me. Soft words. English is the one that gives you soft
I
words.
know.
Yeah.
For every.
And they're invented every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The mentioning of slim reminds me of Muhammad Ali saying, "Your chances of beating me are slim to none, but slim is out of town."
Tarek Mustafa.
Neville now is the one between Maria and Fat. Maria is moi.
Okay.
All body shapes are more.
Yeah, Maria is just sexy. Okay, I'm fine now. I'm on the way to go get tested and to get the discharge certificate. I'll hopefully be reported as one of the recoveries in the coming days. That's what
Ah,
Cool.
man,
Congrats.
Mutatio.
Well done.
Yep. I love fat people for all the lekker chubby fat ladies.
Yeah. Can we? I want to see a movement where people that are attracted to fat women speak more about it, because the norm is to be attracted to. The standard is to be attracted to slim women, okay? Because they are standard of beauty. I want to see like more people coming forward and saying like, oh, I adore fat women.
But
Like,
skinny slim has never been my thing. Anyway, so
why skinny slim? Just say
skinny.
yes. You can
Yeah,
say
skinny
or
women has
slim.
never been my thing.
I've
My
always
whole
been
life.
into short women.
You. Ne?
That's the one thing that most of the people I've dated have in common, unless below average height.
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting. So that is a preference,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's probably one. And it's not like I go out looking for short people. I
You
guess.
just find
yeah.
yourself attracted to them.
Yeah.
A lot of tall men actually.
Yeah, when you start taking stock, you check, hey, my Eastern Almal short is. Even
I'm not sure this.
speaking of tall short, like yesterday, my wife asked me that question. It's like, what exactly is it about being tall that is preferable? Apart from you being
Exactly.
able to reach higher places,
Yeah.
what exactly about it is
Exactly.
more preferable?
Yeah.
Please.
And I was there like,
Exactly.
it's just nice to be tall. Like,
But
I can look down on people.
but it's a good question.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
because a lot of short people feel they are shortchanged in society because they are short.
yes, it's true.
I have no qualms about anybody who is not my height, because my height is not the standard for myself to
Yeah.
judge someone.
Yeah. It's true.
Even when people on the group would make fun of Laz being small and short, I hate that.
Yeah.
Say, hey, man, lost me, brah. And that was even his name when he was a kid. He was called Kathupi.
Oh.
That's his name. If he goes to Grootfontein, they call him Kathupi. Hey, Kathupi, what's your name? It's like Shorty.
I know what Kathupi
Oh, okay.
Kahupi, now I learn.
Okay.
Kahupi.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's the show.
Nak baby say, Maria, ek brag elke dag met my chubby vrou. That's good.
Away.
Is ons klaar?
Ons is klaar.
Ons is klaar.
Got a 10 o'clock appointment.
Okay, guys, get out. I want to make a special announcement. Out.
Okay.
I'm just
Sharp.
playing, guys.
Enjoy your day.
Good one.
Laat ek maar gaan.
Yeah, Chip Jade must alternate meetings.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to be back tomorrow. Thank you for sticking with us throughout the show. And don't forget, at 12, you can catch Hannes and Semi on the hour live on Informanté Radio.
Every day we bring you the hottest music.
Ultimate
You won't believe you with me.
And some outrageous conversations.
Did you know, I get no Amber it's gesê. So are you saying Namibian men were not romantic?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yes.
Why? What are the values of Namibian men? Is there anything good about us?
Yeah, I'm striking up.
She is striking a blank.
You know what?
Let's get to the real thing. The mornings on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
Free your mind and embrace top infotainment.
Die bakkie gaan skud die jaar, so make sure that you don't fall off. Hold on tight.